Most people who have ever kicked a football fall into level 1, and they never, not once in their entire lives, make it to level 2. By the time we reach level 7, we are talking about two human beings who may never be replicated again in the entire history of this sport. 7 levels. Let's start at the bottom. Level 1. These are people who have no business standing on grass and calling it football. Your Sunday league player who fouls everything in sight, traps the ball like it owes him money, and somehow believes he is Cristiano Ronaldo. Your celebrity charity match regulars, your Kevin Harts, your Justin Biebers, lovely people. Athletes they are not. No technique, no athleticism, no spatial awareness. The football finds them and they are genuinely surprised every single time. This is where most people who have ever played this sport live, permanently. Level 2. Now we have someone who has genuinely trained, who understands the game, who can play organized football without embarrassing themselves. College players, lower non-league clubs in England, semi-professionals across the world who hold down a job Monday to Friday and play on a Saturday because they love it. Could they beat you in a one-on-one? Almost certainly. Does that matter to anyone watching professional football? No. The gap between level 2 and a professional footballer is a chasm. Most people never understand how wide that gap actually is, because they have never stood on the other side of it. Level 3. This is the largest tier in professional football. Roughly 70% of everyone who has ever been paid to play this game lives here. MLS mid-table players, League 1 and League 2 in England, lower Bundesliga, the professional leagues of countries you might not think about when you think about football. These are real professionals. They train every day. They earn their living from the game. They are better at football than almost every human being alive, and you do not know a single one of their names. That is not a criticism. It is simply the truth of what this level is. Solid professionals, historical footnotes, the invisible backbone of the sport. If you ever make it here, you have achieved something extraordinary, and at this level, extraordinary is ordinary. Level 4. Now we are in the top flight. Starting 11 players in the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, League 1, players who walk out in front of 50, 60, 80,000 people and are trusted by elite managers to start. Champions League group stage regulars, mid-table La Liga wide men, players with contracts worth millions, compared to every human being who has ever lived. These are world-class footballers. Compared to the club they play for as actual stars, they are squad fillers. That tension between being extraordinary to the world and ordinary to your own club is exactly what level 4 is. Most professional footballers will never reach this level. The ones who do will spend their careers being the player someone else is better than. Level 5. These are the names on the back of jerseys that people actually buy. Mohamed Salah, Son Heung-min, Pedri, Vinicius Jr. Players who change the result of a Champions League knockout match on their own. You do not just know their names, you know their stories, their style, the way they move, the shot they always take, the run they always make. Mbappe, level 5. I know. Go ahead. Tell me why he belongs at level 6 when he has never won a Champions League. I will wait. Erling Haaland, level 5. The UCL trophy argument applies here too. Dominance without the ultimate prize at club level places you here, for now. David Beckham, level 5, not level 6. Culturally iconic is not the same as on the pitch generational. And Ronaldo, the current version, the Saudi Arabia version, level 5. That is not disrespect to the career. That is honesty about where the career is right now. At level 5, you are one of the greatest players in the world. You are not yet one of the greatest players in the history of the world. That distinction matters more than most people admit. Level 6. To reach this level, you have to have dominated your position for a decade, won everything, redefined how your role is played, and had an era of the sport named after you. Not a season, not a run of form, an era. Zinedine Zidane, a man who controlled football matches the way conductors control orchestras. Technically the most complete player many coaches who watched him live had ever seen. Ronaldinho, the most purely joyful footballer who has ever lived. The man who made Camp Nou, 60,000 opposition fans, stand and applaud him in a Real Madrid shirt. Think about what you have to do on a football pitch to make that happen. Thierry Henry, the Invincibles, 49 league matches unbeaten, and he was the weapon at the center of all of it. Xavi, Iniesta, the spine of the greatest club side ever assembled, and the spine of the greatest international team ever assembled. At the same time, prime Neymar, 2011 to 2015. At his absolute peak, before Paris, before the injuries, before everything else, he belongs here. Robert Lewandowski, 8 consecutive Bundesliga top scorer titles, 41 goals in a single season, a complete striker at the peak of his powers. Level 6 is not second place. Level 6 is the greatest players most generations will ever watch with their own eyes. And then, there are 2 more. 2 names. In the entire history of association football, 2 names. Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. What they have done, statistically, in terms of trophies, in terms of longevity, has no comparison anywhere in this sport's history. 8 Ballon d'Or between them, 5 Champions Leagues, goal records that were supposed to be unbreakable before they broke them. 2 men, 20 years of dominance. The debate about which of the 2 is the greatest of all time has driven more arguments than any other question in the history of sport. I am not going to settle that debate today, but I will say this. Only one of them has a World Cup.